everybody, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 here, and welcome to yet another episode of Application Spotlight. This series is a series where I delve into all sorts of pieces of free and open source software on many different operating systems platforms. Whether it's a Linux platform, an Android platform, Windows, Mac OS, Haiku, anything that's an operating system, I will do an application spotlight on. Today, I am pretty much in my mid-2012 MacBook Pro's Debian setup because I wanted to review essentially one of my favorite pieces of partial free and open source software. It's mainly it's like 95% proprietary software and 5% free and open source software. Only a part of it is free open source. But I decided to include it in this application spotlight anyway because I just love Vivaldi. Vivaldi has become my favorite web browser of all time. Not just, not just because of the look of it, but the overall workflow of Vivaldi is something I can get used to very, very quickly. Unlike basically most, Chromium-based setups that I've used over time, or Firefox setups that I've used over time, to me, Vivaldi, as a Chromium-based browser, it takes a very unique approach to how a Chromium-based browser should operate. For example, you got this wonderful sidebar here that, it opens up your bookmarks. You also have a reading list here, downloads, you have search history. You can even open up a notepad and write something if you want to. It even has a built-in translator. It even has windows that you can open, sessions, and it also gives you to basically Vivaldi's own Mastodon area, as well as basically the community and services help page, along with basically allowing you to open up Wikipedia whenever you feel like it. The sidebar is my favorite feature of Vivaldi, and basically how the sidebar works is basically when you put in a website in here, essentially, you can look at it's essentially like, let me give you an example. Say I choose DistroWatch. Now, it may not look that well at first, but what I can do is I can essentially open this up a little bit, and essentially you can essentially adjust the page to where you can have this take over half of the screen, and the other half can be your main web browser stuff here. So right here in the web panel, I got, as a web panel, I got distrowatch.com open. So I can pretty much multitask. So we'll get rid of that. So that's pretty much how the web panel function, as I call it, works. You can just basically go here, add a new panel, and boom, it basically makes like I would pretty much say a mobile version of that website, or almost mobile. Anyway, that's pretty much the sidebar and how that works. This is right here, the Brave search settings. You can adjust Brave. I got Brave as my default search engine on here. There's other search engines that Vivaldi comes with, but I installed Brave because I love Brave. You got Google, you got Wikipedia, you got Start Page, which is my second favorite search engine. gives you Google results about all the Google telemetry and stuff. You also got Quant, which I've experimented with. It's okay. And then you have all these other ones. Other things that, Vivaldi can do, right down here, there is a sync function, but you need an account for that. You also got right here your settings panel. This is basically essentially my settings as I have it. I mean, I don't mess with the sync setting. I don't believe in having an account. This is basically my appearance settings. I gotta set to the dark theme. I've chosen the dark theme to go with to go with this little website dark appearance. I went with the dark theme because it matches well. You can basically adjust the theme too. I mean, you can adjust it to the normal Vivaldi look. You can adjust it to the human look, which gives it Ubuntu-like coloring. You also got blueprint look, which the blue and the yellow. The blue and the yellow is just amazing. You got beach, you got subtype, you got hot pink. The list goes on and on and on. And you even got the private coloring, which the private coloring is really cool. But I prefer the dark. Start page. This is my start page settings here. Here's the tabs, the panel, the address bar, bookmarks, search options, all Brave, quick commands, keyboard, mouse, privacy and security. I just leave all this stuff alone unless I need to fiddle around with it. And we got downloads, web pages, network, and so on. Essentially, as for the menu, I mean, basically all the typical stuff you would see in a browser. You got your file area, your edit area, view, like you can make changes. You can basically make changes if you want. There's your bookmarks area, tools, say if you want to view your extensions, you can press this. These are the extensions that I use on a daily basis. Privacy Badger, uBlock Origin, and Surfshark VPN, my favorite VPN of all time. So that's what I use. Other than that, I don't really mess with anything else on the tools area. For window, I mean, you got full screen, show UI. You also got help, settings, and exit. So essentially, that's pretty much the Vivaldi web browser in a nutshell. I absolutely love it. It's a really nice web browser, a really unique UI to work with. I mean, it's Chromium based, but they go the extra mile and give you some extra functionalities that I think you would find interesting. But all I gotta say, though, in a nutshell, folks, is if you haven't tried Vivaldi already, I would highly recommend give it a try. It is a really nice web browser, really nice Chromium-based web browser. I say that this is an underrated web browser in general, because, I mean, it's one of the most beautiful web browsers I've ever seen in my entire life. It is just that good. But anyway, that's Vivaldi, and that's pretty much this video. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did, and before I go, just as always, if you enjoy these videos that I do just as much as I do, and you guys, smash that like button, ring-a-ding that notification bell, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. And with that being said, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 saying see you later.